Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Far Above Rubies today. I'm so very glad that each of you are here. Today, as we're continuing our walk through the book of Romans, we're taking a look at Romans chapter 13, verses 11 and 12. We're going to talk about the thought, it's getting late. It's getting late. We're going to read those verses together right now. And they say this: "This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is almost gone. The day of salvation will soon be here, so remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes and put on the shining armor of right living." Paul is such a wordsmith, and it's probably why I enjoy his writing so much. He paints a picture, doesn't he? It's getting late. Time is running out. Paul is referring to the return of Jesus Christ in this passage. He's talking about when Jesus comes back to take his church home, his bride. As the groom, he is going to come back. The scripture says, like a thief in the night, just the twinkling of an eye, he will be back for us, okay? And Paul is talking about that. He felt an urgency in his heart, a longing for that moment that he never got to see. He was telling us as believers that we should carry that same kind of urgency then and now, all the more now. It's nearer than when we first believed, right? He's saying that we should live right because we don't know the day or the hour that the Lord will return for his church, okay? We should all live with that sense of urgency in our hearts. When we quit living with that sense of urgency, we become complacent. We become unwilling to keep our eyes peeled to the sky, unwilling to be listening for the voice of God whispering, "It's soon, I'm coming. I want my church to come home," all right? We should not live in fear of hellfire and brimstone, but a recognition that this life is temporary, that heaven is eternal. And whether it's the return of Jesus Christ or our number just being up and us taking our own last breath, we don't know the day or the hour that we are done here on earth, all right? There is a parable, a story that Jesus teaches in the first portion of Matthew chapter 25 about, it's called the 10 virgins, the story of the 10 virgins, okay? And it's referring to virgins because these were essentially a bridal party, okay? And they were handmaidens. That's the reason they're referred to as virgins. They were pure, chaste, a bridal party, all right? That was important information, cultural. There were 5 of them that were wise and 5 of them that were foolish, and they were supposed to be sitting up waiting for the bridegroom to come, all right, waiting for the festivities to get going. Well, 5 of them fell asleep. They did not tend to their oil lamps. This is cultural, all right? They fell asleep and they ran out of oil, and it was important that they had their oil lamps burning to keep watch. And they asked the wise virgins, they said, "Give us some of your oil." They said, "No, we won't have enough if we do that. You should have stayed up. You should have tended to your lamps," all right? And while the cultural reference might be lost on some, think about it in terms of keeping your phone charged, okay? We fell asleep. We didn't plug in our phone. Our phone is dead. We can't get the call that the groom is on the way, that we're supposed to pick up from the airport. This is the kind of idea. The thing that is important for us to take away from it is that they should have kept watch. They shouldn't have been complacent. They should have been looking for the return of the bridegroom, okay? We want to be the wise virgins, the wise handmaidens in that story. We want to be vigilant. We want to be saying, I'm going to stay ready. I'm going to live a righteous life. I'm going to do all that I know to do to keep my heart pointed towards Jesus, because one day he's coming back and I want to be ready to go with him when he does. I don't want to have become complacent. I don't want to have forgotten that the Lord is coming back. I don't want to have been distracted with the things of this world and allow worldly pleasures into my life, allow carnal pleasures into my life that put distance between Jesus and I. I want, when Jesus returns, for my heart to be eager, my heart to be ready and watching. I want to be looking for the return of the bridegroom. Okay? Our hearts need to be right with Jesus. We need to put on the shining armor of right living. We need to take off our dark deeds. Paul says our dark deeds as dirty clothes. Put them off. Take them off. My clothes are dirty. I don't want those clothes on me anymore. I want the shining armor of right living in my life. So I ask you simple questions, but direct questions. Have you lost your sense of urgency? Have you lost your sense of urgency about the coming of the Lord? Maybe you need to dig deep into the Spirit and find that. Ask the Lord to renew that in your heart, an eagerness to see Him, an eagerness to go to heaven and live with Him forever without sorrow, sickness, pain, or death, and stop living for today. That's the second question. Are you living for just this life? Are you just focused on this life? Are you just focused on how you can better this life? It's not wrong to better this life. But if that is your sole focus, you're missing out. You need to make sure that you're living for eternity, not just living for this life. Have you taken your eyes off the prize? Have you become so complacent in your walk with the Lord that your walk with the Lord is just, good morning, Jesus. Help me have a great day. Protect me as I walk this life's path. Talk to you at bedtime. Is that your walk with the Lord? Or are you looking deeper? Are you looking towards heaven? Are you looking around you and saying, which of these people around me don't know Jesus? Do they want to know Jesus? Can I shine my light brightly so that they will know Jesus? I want to take as many people with me to heaven as I can when I go. Am I living for this life only? Have I lost my sense of urgency? Have I taken my eyes off the prize? Ask yourself those questions and go read Romans chapter 13, verses 11 and 12. If no one's told you lately, you are loved and you are cherished and you are valuable. You have beautiful and tremendous worth, my sweet friend, and that worth is far above rubies. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. God bless you.